Alright, hey ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be doing a video on none other than, just a box there. This is regular Heatran actually. I'm moving away from the new Megas, the ORAS OU Megas for just, I guess this video maybe for a couple, I don't know. We'll see what I'm feeling like later on. So yeah, today's Heatran. Heatran got released Gen 4, with Diamond and Pearl. And ever since then, he's got an awesome 600 base stat total. Ever since then, he's just been an OU staple. He just has an awesome move pool, great stats, great and usable stats, awesome bulk. A killer special attack stat. Flash Fire, great for making it a great switch into a lot of fire weakness Pokemon and especially when fire is such a common attacking type. And he's got 2 immunities, and a boatload of resistances. Yeah, he's just been an OU staple. You see a Heatran, if you don't know how to read the opponent's team, which not even I'm that great at, but you really never know what Heatran's going to be running. So, all right, I got a team of Heatrans here that I'm just going to start walking through. So this is my the second special defense Heatran I made, but Heatran's got a pretty great special defense stat. And it's pretty easy to just crank up. 342 is gonna be tanking even some, Rotom Wash, Hydro Pump. You can usually take one even. That'll be a 2 HKO, and that's enough time to get into Toxic or Protect or Toxic switch out. He's also potential. Between these two sets, he's got always given leftovers. Heatran, the one big downfall of Heatran is he's got access to no reliable recovery forms, so he doesn't have access. That wasn't even English. So you're gonna be kind of worried about keeping him survivable, even when he's got pretty solid bulk. So fully invested in HP and special attack with both. Maybe actually move these EVs into speed. Just doesn't hurt to outspeed maybe an opposing Heatran, and get a taunt off maybe. Another option to run on this guy is Lava Plume's a pretty good go-to. But you're maybe Flash Cannon or Earth Power. Sorry about the pause there. Flash Cannon or Earth Power. He's a good Stealth Rock setter actually. We can look at this utility set. This utility set's a pretty cool one actually, pretty neat one. Fits well on a team that needs needs a rocker, needs a Pokemon to deal with setup sweepers. Let's say a Scarf, or not even a setup sweeper. Let's say Scarf Excadrill, Scarf Garchomp. Comes in, or something with our EQ is boosted up, just letting rip the EQs. He can take the Dragon type hit, avoid it with his Air Balloon. It negates until you get hit. Negates his Super Achilles heel 4 times weakness to ground. You can take the hit, and roar them out. Save your team. Maybe set up and then taunt. He's just got access to everything. Put up your rocks as much as you need. Yeah. Air Balloon is great on him because it negates one of his few weaknesses for a little bit, temporarily, yeah. And just lets him come into a whole bunch of stuff that the opponent will be surprised by. You might even catch the opponent by surprise, and it's happened to me before. They won't even notice the Air Balloon and use an Earthquake or something on him. You'll be like, oh, LOL, didn't even see that. Alright, so these are all kind of more defensively minded. I'm running physical defense just because normally you'll be switching in, because of the rarity of not rarity of Calm Mind, but rarity of Nasty Plot, and then because Swords Dance is so much more common, you see a lot more physical setup sweepers, so I'm running physical defense on this version. It's just because, lets him take the hit that, let's say, Outrage, otherwise while he resists Outrage with Steel typing, he still doesn't want to just eat that attack up for days, so lets him come into that while they're Outrage locked, or take an Iron Head, roar out Excadrill. Alright, let's look at offense. So I got 3 offensive sets. Alright, so here we got the Assault Vest. This is actually something I recently discovered from a friend, and I'm actually totally digging it. It's got, with Assault Vest, you pretty much match the special durability, even surpass the special durability of the special defense sets. Problem is you don't get leftovers, flash. You don't want flash. You want flash cannon. You don't get leftovers, but also pretty much all Mega Heatrans are great answer to Pokemon who need who need a partner on their team that'll deal with bulky fairies, or yeah, just special attacking fairies, psychic types, dark types. He's potentially a Bisharp check, which is pretty neat and helpful. Yeah, the Assault Vest variant, because he doesn't have access to boosting moves anyways, really, you're going to be hoping for as much attack power as you can get. He relies really heavily on super effective moves and good coverage, but that also means he's a great Assault Vest user because he's going to be only dishing out attacks anyways. Lava Plume is a great go-to, that on all Heatran sets, Lava Plume is just almost obligatory if you're not running a bunch of other fire-type attacks. It's got a great 30% burn chance, 80%. There's just no downside to this move. Decent base power. Earth Power hits opposing Heatrans, and it's as the pretty much only special ground-type move, hits ground-type's an awesome offensive typing. Hits a lot of stuff. Flash Cannon, again, lets him switch into... This guy just eats up Hyper Voice Sylveon, Hyper Voice... Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir with Pixelate. He eats up Moonblasts. He just literally takes his stuff for days and then hits back with Flash Cannon, going for either an Oko or a 2 HKO. So, Ancient Power, you can run Ancient Power or maybe Stone Edge, I guess. He doesn't have the greatest attack stat, but Stone Edge isn't a terrible option. I just go with Ancient Power. Lets him use a special attack stat. I haven't calced damage, so you can decide what you want to do with that. But I just go with Ancient Power because, 10% chance to boost all stats by 1. If you get lucky, he's not usually going to be staying in for much anyways, but, this never hurts to have. Maybe outspeed some stuff, who cares? Never hurts. Okay, so a second offensive set is a Scarf. So, with some boosting, Heatran gets up there. This was to outspeed something that I'm now forgetting. It outspeeds something that was really important. So definitely go with this one. But I'm forgetting now, and I forgot to write it down. So, oops. Yeah, 160 with a boosting speed, so Timid is what I went with. HP, and then fully invested EVs into special attack. Overheat, he comes in, Overheat just hits everything really, really hard. But the problem with Overheat, you got to switch back out. So Fire Blast is a more reliable option if you got to keep getting hits. Again, also Flamethrower, Lava Plume. If you're gonna go down to if you're gonna go down to Flamethrower, I'd probably just go for Lava Plume just for the extra burn chance. Again, and then Earth Power, Flash Cannon. Just Flash Cannon's awesome stab move, and then Earth Power, good coverage to complement that. You could mix in an Ancient Power or Stone Edge, I guess, but this is a pretty solid one. And then, so a while ago, Heatran was actually a Eventmon, and he came out with Eruptran. An Eruption Heatran has to be quiet. So, unfortunately, he's going to be kind of suffering in the speed category. So, that's why I put Specs on him, just because, if you can switch him into something he resists, literally, unless they have a Flash Fire Pokemon, nobody in the entire OU tier can take this. And is there even anybody that 4 times resists fire? I don't know. Probably a few. Maybe, maybe Swampert? I don't know. But even Swampert nobody wants to take that. That's just gonna wreck house. Overheat, I just went for that. You can go for Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Lava Plume. Again, I just went for Overheat just because, if once Eruption's down a little bit, Overheat becomes a very good option too. Although, there's not a lot of base power difference when you're at max, and Overheat's gonna be replacing Eruption pretty quickly. But again, he does have access to Eruption, which is an awesome move. You can go for a Scarf and give him some speed EVs to get into that 253, which outspeeds something that's important, but I'm forgetting now. I'm tempted to say that lets you no, that wasn't it. Oh, no, I remember now. This lets you outspeed Greninja. That speed stat, a 253 speed stat with Scarf, lets you outspeed Greninja, which is super big because otherwise he'll be getting the Hydro Pump on you. So, yeah. Invest in fully invested speed Greninja, Jolly nature or whatever. Not Jolly, but Timid? Yeah, Timid. Alright. So yeah, I mean, you could run Scarf on this. Crank down the speed EVs, get him to that 253 mark. I guess try to. Does he even how? The thing is, you got to invest so hard to get him up there. It's just almost becomes like a waste of stats because you got this on right. You got to stay with quiet. That's the problem. So yeah, he's never gonna be outspeeding Greninja or anything else. So I honestly just say go keep the Scarf, go all the way with him. Even maybe if you want, you could go for Charcoal, or like Fire Plate. Exact same thing. Not Fire Gem, Fire Plate. Not is it Flame Plate maybe? Flame Plate, cool. So boost that up a little bit. He's so as far as good teammates go, he's a great for Scizor or Ferrothorn, um, grass type Pokemon that are weak to um, fire. He switches in, takes that, eats it up. He's great for Pokemon that suffer from a fairy weakness, so the Latios. Um, yeah, so dragon types in general, he's great with. Dragonite's a pretty awesome teammate because they have Dragonite can take the earthquakes that Heatran can't, and just immunity. While this guy takes the fairy types, the ice. He great for like Garchomp and Dragonite, yeah, especially Dragonite because he can just take the ice type moves that were meant for them. Like an absolute champ, 4 times resist that. Um, Things you got to look out for. Unfortunately, there are some pretty rampant threats to Heatran, and because of that, he's become pretty easy to counter. Keldeo is a pretty massive counter. With Secret Sword, the specially defensive variant, Secret Sword can just fight your defensive stat. Offensive Hydro Pump can just take advantage that you're not invested anywhere, and probably Oko you. Assault Vest helps out with that, I guess, but you got to look out for also he's especially the special defensive ones, Conkeldurr, or any Guts fighting type, which are actually pretty common. Just because Toxic or Lava Plume, if you get the burn on them or the Toxic, they predict it. Unfortunately, you're gonna be suffering because especially Conkeldurr comes in, Drain Punch, take all the health you have away from you, which sucks. But definitely not a reason not to use him. With just a little bit of team support, Heatran becomes a mon to be reckoned with. So I'm not gonna do any battles just because, honestly, almost like so many of my videos are going to or already do or will have Heatran. He's just a phenomenal Pokemon for any team. But I will link any battles with Heatran that doing like a good job below, so you can see it. I'll just give you this is my Mega Latias team that I was planning on using sometime in the future. Heatran, I'm running the Assault Vest variant that I talked about. He covers Fairy type weaknesses for him, Ice type weaknesses for Latias, actually, Fire type weaknesses and for Ferrothorn and Scizor. He just switches in on everything. Fairy type weakness again for Conkeldurr. Psychic type weakness for Conkeldurr. He's literally just with the Assault Vest. He just eats up all the special hits that everybody on my team is afraid of. And in return, we got Rotom Wash and Latias to eat up his ground type moves that he's scared of. Ferrothorn, Latias, Rotom all take the water type attacks. Latias can take those psychic type take those psychic type attacks. Take those fighting type attacks and retaliate with Calm Mind Store power. He just fits in so well to so many OU teams. He's really just actually versatile. Definitely recommend trying him out if you never have, and if you never have, you're doing something wrong. Because yeah, great addition to a lot of teams. I'll be sure to link those in the some battles so you can watch, try them out in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this, subscribe.